another month, another budget video. Welcome back to another video. I actually was contemplating not to do this video simply because I just came back from a trip from Worcester and Sutherland, and Quinn and I spent quite a bit of money, and I was like, oh my god, I don't have a budget video talking about all my stuff when I myself spent a little bit more than my anticipated travel budget. And I was like, you know what, I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna show you guys. So this month I actually saw my raise, because last month, because I had a bonus and a raise, I didn't really see what the difference between the 2 months were, or like what my pay was before the raise versus now that I have it. So it was nice to actually just see that. And Courtney got his normal. So with Courtney, it's a, I think I've mentioned this before. What was Courtney? He'll have his basic, and then because he works in retail, he'll get like extra money for like his Sundays and public holidays. And so when I put into my Excel spreadsheet, I will just put in his normal straight salary, and then when his pay comes, it's always just nice to see that extra come in. And that's what happened with this month. A little bit of extra did come in. This month our recurring expenses kind of all stayed the same. With groceries and fuel, I can't exactly say as of yet, because I also haven't gone grocery shopping. Like I said, I only got back from my trip. And then fuel was a little bit different because we did travel to the Northern Cape, so I still have to calculate that, so that's something I will mention in the next video. Everything else has stayed the same. The only thing that came a little bit down is our personal care, because we didn't need a lot this month, so that's cool. Policies are all the same. Funny enough, my investment policy that I have, they actually phoned me to tell me about next year's increase. That was where I was like, okay, I suppose so. I mean, the increase only goes up like next year July, but they phoned me now already, which is cool, but something that I'm not even gonna remember. Credit card, it kind of stayed the same, so I just have like the normal payment that I have to make and the extra, so that kind of stayed the same, because I didn't want to, because we went on this trip, I didn't want to overcommit to this credit card, knowing that our trip might be a little bit over budget, which did happen. And then our normal car loan went off. There's no money in emergency fund and no money in access fund. Simple reason, this trip, and I'll explain why this trip was so expensive. And then our normal subscriptions, and the only extra thing that we are doing this month is getting a new tire, because as you know, we do a lot of road trips, and so every month or so we have to upkeep the car, so a tire is one of them. I was supposed to go to the dentist, but I was like, you know what, because I really wanted to do this trip, I am going to leave the dentist for now and do it next month, when I have to actually go for my 6-month teeth cleaning. So then I'll do the teeth cleaning, my filling and extraction all in one go. Let me tell you guys about this trip. I've always wanted to go to Sutherland, and if you guys know, Sutherland is the coldest place in like South Africa, and it's situated in the Northern Cape. It's about a 4-hour drive. So what we did was we stayed one night in Worcester and then spent the weekend in Sutherland. Luckily the accommodation I paid last month, so accommodation didn't fall in like this month's budget. Everything else did. Originally, or always when we are doing travel trips, which is often on a weekend, we would only go once to a restaurant. So for example, say it was Friday, Saturday and Sunday, we would only spend money at a restaurant like Saturday for lunch. The rest we would always buy, or we would make our own breakfast, and that saves us a lot of money because I can use that from the grocery category. This was actually what we were planning to do with Sutherland as well. So because we stayed in Worcester for one night, we decided, okay, let's have a lunch, supper and breakfast the next morning. We'll pay for that, so that was like normal. And then when we go to Sutherland for the actual weekend, we are going to buy our normal groceries at the local supermarket that is there. But that didn't happen. So what happened was, we stayed in an awesome accommodation. Oh my god, I loved the accommodation. It was called DXA's. I loved it. Only problem is, it's the coldest place in South Africa. You might literally, your teeth are even cold. Like, I literally wore 4 tops, a jersey and a bomber jacket. a scarf, a beanie, literally everything, and it was kind of expensive. Anyway, that's how cold Sutherland is. So the bride pit, they have like a outside bride pit, but the problem is like there's no covering. So it was raining Friday and you can't even stand outside for long, so we were like, okay, Courtney can't bride. Then inside there is a fireplace and it looks like you can bride there, but the problem is that it is like, it's not even divided by doors. It's like a one open space. The only thing that's got a door is the front door and the bathroom. So if we bride inside, the whole entire place would smell like bride. I mean, when we put the fireplace on, it was so difficult because your eyes are burning from the smoke, and then you open the door or the windows to let like the smoke go out, but you're getting super cold. It was just like you can't win. So we decided then that we were just gonna eat out for breakfast, lunch and supper, and that was the only thing we could do. I don't regret it. The one thing Courtney also said was like, we never do this. So also Sutherland for me was, let me tell you, I've nagged Courtney for nearly 2-3 years for us to please go to Sutherland. So the fact that I just decided to do it, this was like the once in a lifetime trip that I really genuinely wanted to do. And Courtney was like, you know what, screw it, let's just eat out and be done with it. And then what we decided to do was then take that bowl of all the eating out and split it in two, so that one half could come from the groceries, which is fine. I just need to like really, my weekly grocery shopping is just gonna be, and then the other half will come from like the non-existent excess fund, non-existent emergency fund. And then I've got 1,000 rand. I actually put 1,000 rand aside for emergencies, so that, you know, something might happen that is unexpected. I know that this month I do have to get a baby shower gift, so that's something that I need to also remember. And I'm also doing the Santa shoebox, so I also have to keep that into consideration. But other than that, all my other stuff are paid. So I just wanted to address something that my sister mentioned, and I thought maybe if she's thinking about it, maybe you guys are thinking about it as well. And she was saying every time she would ask for something, I would always say, but I don't have money, it's not part of the budget. And I'm laughing at me saying it's not part of the budget because we met up with friends in Robertson. We were talking, I kept saying, but it's not part of the budget, this is not part of the budget. And he says I must stop saying it. So I'm like, no, but I have a budget put in place for a reason, because before I started this debt-free journey there was no budget, and Courtney and I lived above our means, to the point that we were borrowing money every single month from our parents, and that was not fair on them. And I must say, it's now becoming October. November will be literally a full entire year that I have not asked my parents for a cent. For me, that's an absolute major achievement, because it shows that Courtney and I are both working with our money. We're not borrowing money from people, we're not taking loans out or anything like that. We really are working well with our money, with an exception of a few months where we do splurge a little, like this month where we went to Sutherland and we decided to just eat out, and then here and there a few things, but nothing to the point where we're like, oh my god, all our money is gone, we need to borrow money to survive for the month. So when I started this whole debt-free journey, I've obviously I've been reading and still reading finance literature. I watch a lot of videos to educate myself, and there are a few people who have really decided to go cold turkey, meaning that they only live with the basics and they use every single month to pay as much money to get their debt off faster. By all means, you can do that method. I've decided for myself that I am not going to go full on cold turkey, because first and foremost, I am a traveler. I am someone who gets bored very easily. I will honestly die. I feel like I will waste my life not enjoying things, and I've decided to make an entertainment sort of category, and that entertainment goes towards travel. So for example, because I said I'll do it every 3 months, obviously this year is an exception. I think at the end of the day, it's up to you how you decide to tackle your debt. Yes, I am paying off my debt. Yes, I am paying extra towards my debt. One thing Court and I have done is that if we're not traveling, when we get paid, we will treat ourselves, because you work hard for your money every month. Your boss is not paying you to sit on your gut and do nothing. Like, honestly, they're paying you because you're doing a job. So you've worked for that money, so at least you can do spoil yourself. And this is one thing that we've adapted to. If we're not traveling, then we will say, Courtney will always say he wants this McDonald's, that's what he wants. I sometimes would say I want a dress, like just randomly. I've been eyeing something for a long time, or I go to Lumno's bakery because they're kind of expensive and I love their eclairs. So that's my spoil for the month if we're not traveling. But if we're traveling, I promise you that falls under our entertainment, because you still have to go on with life. For me, I only have one life, and I can die tomorrow and I'm gonna look back at my life and think, shit, I did nothing. All I did was work hard and pay bills. Like, that's it. Like, that's all you can think about of your life. I don't want that for myself. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to not pay my debt or not pay more on my debt when I know I'm able to. So I think we just need to like keep that in mind. Like, I'm not fooling myself into saying, oh, I have paid kind of a little and so I can't go traveling. I'm not stupid. I really have been sticking to what I put out for myself and what I said what my goals are for 2020 is to get SARS out of the way, tick, done, and then have my credit card done by the end of the year, which I'm really hoping and sticking to. You still need to enjoy life, whether it is just spending 100 rand to treat yourself or 500 rand. You at the end of the day know your budget, you know yourself, you know what you are capable of, you know what your finance goals are, you know when you want to be debt free, at like what time frame or period, and how long it's gonna take you. So at the end of the day, you just have to hold yourself accountable. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are still on track with your finance goals and that you are getting closer. I mean, 2020 is almost ending, guys, and I really hope that you guys are sticking to your finance goals or your debt-free goals. So yeah, guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye.